Good morning. Hope you're all well and had a good Christmas, New Year, all that. I've had a pretty good one, I'd say. And yeah, it's kind of back to the grind now, I guess. Well, for me, to be honest, Christmas is my busiest time. So actually, this is break time now, you know, the little January lull. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get out, do a bit of fishing, catch some good pike while it's still winter, because you know, it won't be long before it starts heating back up again, and we're seeing carp show and tench roll, and we'll be thinking about getting them rods back out. And I haven't had a monster yet this winter, you know, the first half up to Christmas, that's what I sort of refer to as the first half. I've had a double, you know, and a couple of kind of doubles, but it would be nice to get one proper one before the season ends, like £15 plus, that kind of thing. That would be great. We'll see. I'm on the big pit today because the rivers are flooded. They're about 2-3 meters up, and yeah, I did not fancy that. So I've come here. It's where we caught our biggest fish of the season so far. I'm sure they're in here, so with a bit of luck we'll get another one. And I've already got one rod out. I'm going to put the second rod out now. I'll explain to you what I'm doing, why I'm fishing here, and yeah, with a bit of luck we'll bump into a fish or two along the way. The last mince pie review is coming up as well, and it is a special one. I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, I'll tell you now, I've got 3 miniatures to do. Could be nice. Right, let's get this rigged up and get it out there. Okay, second rod going in is going to be a alleged roach there, and when I was casting around with my float rod, I was using that to get an idea of the depth and also how much weed is down there, because it's got a treble on the end. If there's a lot of weed, it'll pull it back. But I didn't really find all that much, so I'm happy to not pop it up for now, to just leave it on the long link. I'll show you all that later, and that should give us a good presentation. Yeah, took a few casts out because it kept landing a bit weird, and that last cast, it looked good, but it landed really soft, so I think it's in weed, but we'll give it half an hour or so, can always remove it, position it. I've got a new lure rod. If you remember, I broke it last time I was here, so I'm just gonna have a few casts with a spinner first, see if there's anything out there. Sometimes with the spinner you can kind of like find out if there's any little perch or whatever, and then focus in on them with the little jigs instead. We're in. Oh my god. That grabbed it on the way down. Come on. Oh, that's annoying. That picked it on the way down. Let's have a look over here. You see this big slick that's just come up? That's where I threw some fish chunks in earlier, all along here. And yeah, that big slick has just come right up, so no doubt a fish has just eaten one of those chunks of mackerel that's down there. And my float is just over here. So yes, this is looking good. We've lost one on the lure rod, banged it on the way down. And yeah, big slick coming up to our right there. Brilliant. Hooked another one on the drop. Amazing. Get my net. Oh, this is a good fish. Yes, only a small one, but boy do they fight on a 1 to 10 gram rod. And that's great because we caught a fish to the left, we've got that slick to the right, so it looks like we're in the right zone. Yeah. My first fish of 2023, a little pike. I'd say just bigger than a cucumber, you know. Oh, he's inhaled that little spinner, right. It's covered in leeches, but funnily enough, he took that on the drop, and I'm pretty sure it's the same fish. I took it twice. But there you go. What are you going to give me for that? £2, something like that. What a little baby. That is cool though. Great to catch. And yeah, kicks off the year well. Proper fight on my little spinning rod. You would have thought about like £10. That's a cool little fish. Great. Well, my big rubber net kind of dwarfs this fish, but it's lively. Go on, you off. Yeah. Cool, thanks for that, mate. Hopefully that's a female, it'll be massive one day. Left hand rod's just pulled out. Can't tell if it's actually away though, nothing's really going. Anything happening there? Oh. Yes. That feels decent. That does feel decent. Come on. Be big, be big. Let's have another double, come on. Here we go. Oh. Oh, that's not bad. He's running. Looking forward to see a bit more of this. Come on. Haven't actually repositioned this rod yet, so it's just on a very soft drop in some weed. That's not a bad fish. That's not a bad fish. Come here then. Come here then. Whoa. That's big. What have we got? Oh. I think we could have another double. I think we could have another double. Another Michael Dougal. Oh. Let me show you. Can you see that fish? Nice and suspended in the water. I think that could be another double. We're going to have to weigh that. Great. Oh man, and it's just unhooked itself. What a brute. That's a double. Come on. Just going to get these hooks out of the way. Man, rubberized net, I can't recommend them enough. They don't cost a bomb and they're brilliant. God, there are leeches going mental in my net. Here we go, do the usual quick show and then we'll weigh it. That's my biggest fish of the year. Well, of course it's my biggest fish of the year. Biggest fish of the pike season, I mean. Come here, you. Get a grip of you. Oh, that's big. That's real big. Right, let's not chin it if we don't have to. And we'll weigh it first. Calm it down a bit. Not quite my biggest from here. 13.2. 13.2. Said I wanted a £15 plus fish. That's teasing me. That is teasing. 13.2. Woo. gorgeous big pit fish, gorgeous. Don't you be biting me, matey. Get a good grip. Oh. Let's try not to chin it if we don't have to. Plus they look bigger. 13.2, bit missing off its tail there from public enemy number 1. Well, that is brilliant. I did not expect that today. Bit of a throwaway trip really, just because I can get out. I thought I will do. I haven't fished for ages. January the 3rd, I haven't fished since December the 15th. Boom, right, show you the other side. Nice and lively, which I like. I don't want to see them struggling on the mat. Quite like it when they're not behaving themselves. Because at least you know they're still alive and they're going to go back well, let's face it. Yeah, there's quite a few anglers sniffing about today. I don't think anyone's caught anything like that. Brilliant. Come on. That is an awesome fish. Right, let's get a couple of photos and get it back. Yes, yes, yes. Whoa. Okay, got a nice reedy corner to release it here. And as you saw, this fish was going crazy anyway, so I'm sure it's going to go back strong. Where are you, old girl? That is a beauty. Real good looking pike as well. Just look at that across the top. Man, you are wild. You just want to go. You're sick of me, aren't you? One more of them and you're off. Get you lined up. Oh yes. And again. Oh. Yeah. I think a 13-pound 2 pike kind of makes my first session of the year quite the success. I am buzzing about that. That is really, really cool. I'm so happy to have come out, caught a fish on the spinning rod and now on the dead bait, and it be a good one. You know, like I said, I wanted 15 pounds, I got 13 pounds. Yeah, can't complain about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk in one big bit about bait, location and rig all in one go. And if you're not interested in that, this is your opportunity to go put the kettle on, or even skip ahead if you want to, but you know, please don't. Go put the kettle on, let it play guys. And you know, if there are beginners watching or people who haven't seen the channel before, which statistically is quite a lot of people, most viewers are new viewers, which still blows my mind. But anyway, yeah, let's get on with it. So if we do location first, you know where I am. I'm at my local big pit. It's one of my club lakes, and it's somewhere I come when the rivers are flooded and it's not ideal. It's a nice little backup place. I've been fishing, pike fishing here on and off now for probably about, well, getting on for 10 years, believe it or not. And I still haven't caught a monster from here. I'm kind of convinced they're not in here, the big like 20-pound plus fish, because I'd like to think in that time I would have caught them, because as you've seen, I catch plenty of doubles and plenty of jacks. So yeah, if there was a monster in here, but I keep coming because you just never know, and in that time the fish will have grown. Now, I tend to fish any swim that's got deep margins. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for on the rivers as well. Deep marginal cover is just about as good as it gets for pike in my opinion. Although interestingly, on the rivers I have been catching a lot of fish out in the current, but that's a different topic. Today I chose this swim because we've got a nice warmish southerly wind going, warm for the time of year. You know, it has been literally freezing, like -5 sessions I've been doing before Christmas, and today is relatively mild. You know, I'm up and about, I'm moving, I'm not hidden under the brolly, keeping out of it. It's good. It's a good day to be out. So I followed the wind up here. I did take a long walk down to where I fished last time, and it did look good, but it's kind of flat. There wasn't as much wind on it, and in that flat area I didn't see a single fish or small fish top, anything like that. And I noticed all the bird life is up here, and not just the birds, but specifically the cormorants. Annoyingly so, there are several cormorants working the area in front of me, and I have seen them come back up with fish a few times, which again, annoying, but it tells me where to go, doesn't it? And one last thing, when I was down there, I saw a chewed up mackerel in the margins, and I don't like fishing where people have pike fished recently. I like to think that I'm finding my own fish. I'd rather not know if someone's been there before. Yeah, I like to think I'm doing my own thing and manifesting my own destiny, as it were. Yeah, that's quite important to me in fishing, is that everything is mine, you know. I catch a fish, 100% of that capture is mine. And it may seem kind of almost selfish in a way, but yeah, I do like to take all the credit if I can. If credit is due elsewhere to bailiffs put me onto fish and whatnot, I will always say it, as you've seen. But yeah, I do get a lot of buzz out of catching them myself. So yeah, 3 factors: weather, activity, and human factors. Those kind of go into every single swim decision I make. You know, the weather's got to be right for the swim. You've got to see the activity there, and hopefully other anglers haven't tainted it or aren't interfering with what I do. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about bait. I always bring here small sea baits. You know, I've got them here next to me actually. So, oh well, that's my coarse fish pack, but in there's a couple of little mackerels. I've got a herring left in that one, and a pack of blueies. But that fish took a roach. Now, I just thought I'd bring it because every now and again on here I like to drift a roach and I catch fish, sometimes bigger fish. So I thought, well, why don't I try ledgering a roach? Just put it out there static, nice and natural, as if a roach has just died and fallen in a weed bed. And lo and behold, that's what caught me the fish. Now, moving on to the rig, this is my standard ledger sail that I use on rivers, lakes, wherever. You've got, well, now I'm on strong braided mainline. I've converted to that completely now, last couple of seasons. This one's like £50, the other one's £40, I think. And if I could buy my braid again, knowing what I know now, I'd probably go for like £60 on both reels, because I don't think it puts the fish off. The stronger the better. If your trebles get stuck, you can pull really hard, straighten the trebles, and get back all your gear. So yeah, really important, I think, to have strong mainline. If not, I used £15, £20 mainline, mono that is, for years, and I didn't really have any problems. I lost the odd rig, but I think if you can use braid, go for it. That leads down to a little sleeve there, kind of like a tail rubber with a bit on the back there for my big eye swivel to sit on. So that means everything runs nice and freely, and a pike doesn't feel the weight of the ledger all that much. Now on here, because of the weed, I've got 2 or so foot of mono there going down to my weight. The idea is this mono can plug into, well, the weight can plug into the weed, and then your trays can just settle on top. If the weed's really bad, you can lengthen this and then put a pop-up bait on. And I sometimes do that, and I'll go up to maybe 3 or 4 foot, but after that it becomes really hard to cast. So I'd rather find a swim that's got lower weed, or cast around and find the kind of clearer spots. But today, after using the float to cast around, I found it wasn't too weedy. So I'm quite happy to not have to use a poly ball or whatever, and to just put on the dead bait straight. And doing it the normal fashion, we've got 2 semi-bad trebles, although on the other rod I'm experimenting with a kind of single hook combo. And yeah, one, actually didn't get a very good grip there, one of the barbs, or one of the points with the barb, goes in the root of the tail there. All beginner stuff this, you know, experts keep scrolling, as my man Graham says. And then find the other pointed, well, barbed treble point and go in. And I do like to go towards the back if I can. Seem to get a better hookup ratio going up there. And then I try to position everything so it's pointing the same direction backwards, so when you strike, everything catches hold in the fish's mouth. And that's it. Quite simple really. It is just a ledger rig and a long boom to the weight. That's all you really need to do to combat the weed. And if you get used to casting around and feeling for drops and feeling where it's less weedy, you can kind of capitalize on that. But actually, I caught that fish on a really soft spot that I was going to recast, but I just never really got round to it. So yeah, what do I know? Basically, the fish do what they want, don't they? Right, let's whip it back out there. Hopefully you're still with me. Those are just my thoughts. I hate it when people kind of profess like, this is what you've got to do. No, this is just what I'm doing. It works for me. It's nice and safe. I land everything, well, I land most of what I hook, and yeah, I get the hooks back and everything. The fish the fish go away fine, which is the goal, isn't it, really? Right, enough waffling. Whip this back out there. The rain's setting in now, so we'll sit under the brolly and do our mince pie review. One little point when using braid is to lock the spool right up before you cast. If it slips, that braid can cut your finger really badly. But generally on pike fishing, I'm using really short range fishing, so yeah, just keep it keep it locked up, and yeah, don't put the braid between your knuckles. Get it just on the end of your finger there, or wear a finger stall if you're really worried. Right, here it comes, the final mince pie review. Now, whether you enjoyed it or whether you didn't, it seems like a few of you have really caught on to it, and might have to do a series 2 next winter, because yeah, you're all recommending me all these pies left, right and centre, and yeah, I'm keen to try them, but we've got to keep it festive, you know. This is as late as we want to be doing these mince pie reviews. Let's get into it. So it is going to be the turn of Betty's. Here it is. I cut this off the box to show you. Betty's miniature mince pies. Now, my auntie had a box of 16 and she's given me 3, which is really annoying because there's 4 different types, so I've only got 3 of the 4. But what I'm going to do is have a bite of each miniature and rate it as an overall thing. I'm not going to do each one. So we've got, well, let's just do it. All butter sweet pastry cases filled with luxury mincemeat, luxury, and decorated with either a pastry star, flaked almonds, crumble topping, or jeweled fruit and nuts. Annoyingly, I ain't got a fruit and nuts one, and that's the one I really fancy. But yeah, we will get into it, we'll do them. Here they are. Guessing that's the crumble one. That's obviously the star. And this is the flaked almond bad man. Right, which one should we start with? I think we should probably go with the star one, because that's the most like just a normal mince pie, and I'm hoping we're going to break 8 today. You know, 8 would be brilliant. What's lacked so far is none of them have really had like a filling that's wowed me. The pastry's always been good, but I want loads of currants, I want a burst, I want a pie in my mouth, you know. Right, let's hit it. Oh yeah, Betty's, man. If you don't know Betty's, it's Harrogate, Ilkley, Harlow Carr, I think Northallerton, York, real northern Yorkshire tea room thing. Bit posh, mine, bit overpriced, but man, it's good stuff. That was nice, very sweet. Getting some good currants. I think a bit of candied orange peel going on in there. But the pastry, yeah, pastry's a little bit hard on that one. Let's go here. Let's go for the crumbly one. Good exit. Good exit. I don't know if you saw that there. Good release. Let's hit it. Let's go for this side. Looks like it's got quite a bit of filling. Oh, that's good. That is good. Oh, that filling's really good. I got a good bit there. It's filled all the way as well. Not diddling me out of any filling there. That was nice. Crumble topping, didn't really get much back from it. So far so good. Let's do the almonds. I've liked the frangipan mince pies I've been doing so far. Again, good release. Let's hit these almonds up. All those almonds are adding something. Yeah. That's the best one yet, but I'm going to try and just keep it as a whole in my mind. These are good. I think I'm going to have to go back down the line. What a shame. I can't make a judgment. Right, we need to isolate the variables, the pastry, the filling. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh, I did get that little boozy back note there on that one. Crumble. Oh god, yeah, that's good. Now the almond, bad man. Yeah. That's good. Okay, it's no surprise. The Betty's is the best one yet. Yeah, real good. Good flavour. No wastage in the filling. The goo to currant ratio, there's a lot going on in there. Pastry was good flavour. Would have liked it to have been a little bit thicker and a little bit butterier. But yeah, the lack of kind of top kind of takes that into account, doesn't it? So yeah, I think it's the best, but it's not by a long way. Let's do it. It's got 8. I think I want to say 8.3, but I don't think I can. I think it's an 8.2. I think it's an 8.2. Let's do it. 8.2. That's the end of the mince pie series. It's done. I was thinking of what I can review during the summer, but I'm not sure. That's lovely. Yeah, 8.2. The aftertaste is nice as well. I'm just getting sort of sweet, Christmassy vibes going on. Yeah. Brilliant. I'm loving that. 8.2, Betty's have won. Thank you for joining me this winter. Yeah, enough of a waffle. Right, back to the fishing. I saw this one go for it. That's hilarious. Let's get that net. Another little snot rocket sized pike. Hopefully not the same as that first one. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's 2 on the spinners now. And I'm just going to swap the rods around a little bit, but I'll tell you about that when I do it. Okay, my little plan is to swap my rods over, so we'll have a float on the left and the ledger on the right now, because most of the activity I'm getting is off to the left, and it's where I'm seeing the cormorants dive. I did have a little spin earlier and lost a fish off to the left, and I just caught that one straight down the middle, so it makes sense to kind of mix things up a bit, and hopefully we'll bump into a bigger fish. Well, bigger than these little ones. I'm not sure if we'll get bigger than 13, but one more proper one would be good. And then, yeah, I'm not going to fish too long this afternoon.
Right, rain's really coming down now. It's getting on for 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna have one last recast, give it 30 or 40 minutes and then call it a day, because yeah, it's horrible sitting out here in all this. Float runs away. Oh my lord. Wow. Is it or is it the wind? Is it? Yes. Oh. We're in again. Doesn't feel too bad. Just recast that. Only just got the second rod in. Look back and this float was just being weird. I was like, why is it so cocked? Boom. This is great. What have we got this time? Another good one? God. Oh, not bad, not bad. You see that? There we go. Well, that's pike number 4. Whoa. Ow. There we go. Lost my grip a little there, but no harm, no foul. Okay. Let's see. What do you reckon? 4 or 5 pounds, something like that. That's cool. Great way to well, I was going to say finish for day, but actually I got my bait back, so I will whip it out for another 15-20 minutes, see what else happens. But I'm going to tidy everything else away because the weather's horrendous, and don't mind admitting it, I'm wet, I'm cold, and it's not that I want to go home, I just don't really want to be in this weather anymore. Right, let's release this one. Can you believe it? 5 pike today, that is pretty cool. Let's get this all out of the way and get this fish back. I love that little yellow spinner.
Now I'll pack away the lure rod. While I'm packing away, just quickly show you the lure. So it was a Blue Fox number 2 Super Vibrex spinner. I don't know what that means, in yellow. I modified it a little by putting a bigger treble on it and a big load of red wool as well. So yeah, it kind of gave it a bigger profile in the water, and when it was coming back I could see it looked, well, it did kind of look like a fish just swimming back towards me. So yeah, no wonder the fish took it. That's pretty cool though. Caught me free pike today, and yeah, hopefully it'll catch me some more. I did want perch, but yeah, I'll take the pike. Right, let's get this last rod in and then get out of here.